Good afternoon, racing fans, and happy Father's Day. It is now time for the Fast Father's Day Invitational 150 live from Pensacola, Florida at the Five Flags Speedway. Hello, everybody. My name is Justin Rosenau, and joining me in the booth tonight is Ben Kilcrease. Ben, I'm telling you, we got ourselves a stacked house tonight.
Oh, some of the best drivers as far as short track goes on iRacing period are here tonight in Pensacola at Five Flag Speedway for the Fast Father's Day Invitational, and we've got some fast times put down in practice. Qualifying is going to be pretty fun here coming up.
Qualifying getting ready to get underway in just a couple of moments, and now it's time to introduce the third member of our broadcast team here tonight, Petey Zeller. Petey, I know super late model is not necessarily your group of cars here, but if you know anything about these drivers, man, they're really stacked.
Actually, I'd consider myself this more my type of drive, and I like these short track races. But this is going to be exciting here tonight. A lot of names obviously coming out here to race at the Fast Father's Day Invitational, and it should be a heck of a race here. Some of the biggest names in short track racing and iRacing are here, all to battle for one special race here tonight. With a lot of people thinking big tonight.
Tonight's race is brought to you by Smith General Contracting from Jasper, Georgia, and qualifying getting ready to get set underway. But looking back at the practice times, Ryan Borges in the number 32, quickest with a 16.869 second lap around the half-mile track here in Pensacola, Florida. And the reason why they call this Five Flags is throughout history here in Pensacola, Florida, this city was underneath the nation flag of 5 different countries at one time. So very interesting history here from the half-mile bull ring here, getting ready to launch off 32 of the best short track racing drivers here. And Ben, I know we're getting ready to fire these guys off, and any one of these top 20 guys can certainly take the pole.
That they can. Looking for some very fast times. I didn't check into what the actual world record is here on iRacing for the Five Flag Speedway, but I don't think we're going to see that broken tonight, although we will see probably some 8s, maybe even a 7 with the track conditions we have here tonight as we're ready for qualifying right now.
One car making its way onto the track right now. Looks like it's going to be Garrett Jones here getting ready to get underway. So Garrett Jones in the number 88, Ben. Why don't you follow him along?
Garrett Jones, he knows this place all too well. He is a 2013 Five Flag Speedway Pro Late Model Champion, sponsored by Pilot and Flying J, the number 88 out of Morrisville, North Carolina, Garrett Jones.
Garrett Jones on the back straightaway on the loud pedal, getting into turn number 3, running a very quick line, coming around this time by to take his first qualifying lap and getting ready. Takes the green flag in the session, so he did not get a time across the stripe that last time by. Ben, why don't you follow him as he gets into 3?
Got into the wall on the front straightaway. Might have did a little bit of damage to the right side of that car off turn 4. He gets it turned down front straightaway. That's a line 17.587, 17.587 for Garrett Jones, and that's going to do it for the 88 machine out of Mooresville, North Carolina.
Next car on the track to take time in the qualifying session from Lance, Nova Scotia, Canada, driving the Racing for Autism Atlantic Cat number 37, Carson Obey. Carson Obey in car 37. Carson on the loud pedal, taking the green flag now across the stripe, getting ready to sail it off in the corner, see if he can beat the initial quick time with a 17.587 second lap being the initial pole time.
Carson on the clock. He's one of those guys that shows up for pretty much every short track event here on iRacing. If it's a big short track event, you can count in Carson. First lap, 17.615, 17.615. First lap for Carson Obey.
Carson Obey into 3, needs to pick it up a little bit here on lap number 2. Out of turn number 4, Carson Obey getting the checkers. Gonna go quick time, 17.582 seconds, 17.582.
That's only 5 1,000ths faster than Garrett Jones. Up next on a Speedway, it's the number 93 out of my hometown, Up, Alabama. This is Douglas Nelson.
Doug Nelson driving the Speed51.com, number 93, and Douglas Nelson taking the green flag in the qualifying session on lap 1. He's on the gas and hard and fast out of turn number 2 on the back straightaway into turn number 3. Puts it right down close to that white line there in turn number 4. That's the fast way around here. Lap 1 coming in this time going to be quick time, 17.400 seconds, 17.400.
Nelson is somewhat of a newcomer to the iRacing scene, but he is quickly catching on. Final time off turn 4, checkered flag. Can he improve? No. Slows it down, 17.452.
Next car on track to take time, going to be the number 29 Mom and Pop Chevrolet. That's going to be Dale Owen. Dale Owen in the 29. Dale coming in with a slightly different number than what was on his registration here tonight. Dale now running a uniquely distinct qualifying line out of turn number 4, taking the green flag, and Dale Owen a regular here in the Fast Series as well, seeing that he's also been a very accomplished oval racer, taking several wins on the iRacing.com super late model side. And out of turn number 4, lap number 1 coming in the books for Dale Owen, going to be quick time, 17.230, 17.230 for Dale Owen.
That's almost 2/10 quicker than second place. Final time through 3 and 4. Out of Oceanside, New York, Dale Owen sees a checkered flag a little bit loose off 4. Does improve, 17.058, 17.058, 3.5 tenths faster than second place. A good qualifying effort for the 29 of Dale Owen, excuse me.
Next car on track to take time, the number 97 Spy Optics. Number 97 from Victorville, California, John Quinneman in car 97. Quinneman taking the green flag in the qualifying session on lap 1, a multiple-time Baja 500 and a Baja 1000 competitor is the driver, the number 97. And out of turn number 4, lap 1 going into the books for the driver from Victorville, California, going to be second quick, 17.269.
He calls himself an oval rookie, but looking pretty quick here today at Five Flag Speedway. Final time through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air for Quinneman off 4. What's it going to be? Slows it down just a bit, 17.509. He'll stay second on the board. Up next.
Driver on track from Pensacola, Florida, driving the Lucas Oil Gravel Performance number 99. That's the president of Fast. That's going to be Dan Vining. Dan Vining in car 99.
Vining, a Champ Car driver just across the bay at Sunny South Raceway. He knows this place all too well, just about here every weekend here at Five Flag Speedway on the real side of things. Off turn 4, he's going to get the white flag. His first lap of record's going to be 17.292. 17.292, that puts him third so far.
Dan Vining needs to pick it up a little bit. He ran a 17.292 second on lap number 1, and out of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air for Dan. Gonna be slower, 17.419 second lap, 17.292, the lap of record for the 99 of Dan Vining. On track going to be the number 14 of Connor Okresnik, sporting Sunny South Raceway right now on the racetrack right now. Green flag for Connor Okresnik in the number 14 Sunny South Raceway Chevrolet out of turn number 2 and on the back straightaway. Connor runs it very tight to the outside wall and down in 3 and 4, puts it right on the bottom, right on that white line there out of 4. First lap going in the books for Connor, gonna be 17.210 seconds, second quick for the driver in the 14.
He was loose off of turn number 4, which messed his entry to turn 1 up just a little bit. So far, second quick, a little high in 3. He'll dive it down low off 4. Can't see him improving too much here. And he doesn't. 17.588, 17.588.
Next car on track in the qualifying session from Slapout, Alabama, driving the number 96 Cummins Gravel Motorsports Chevrolet, gonna be Forrest Gregg in car 96. Forrest Gregg in the 96, and Forrest, a volunteer fire chief down there in Holtville, Slapout, Alabama, taking the green flag now on lap 1 in the qualifying session.
Forrest does some safety crew work up at the Montgomery Motors Speedway, about 3 hours north of Five Flag Speedway. He knows the panhandle all too well. As well in number 96, lap 1, 17.330. 17.330 has him 5th so far here in qualifying.
Forrest going to see if he can pick up time on lap number 2, puts it down on the bottom there in 3 and 4 as he charges hard out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. The lap record will be a 17.242 second lap, putting it 3rd quick right now in the qualifying session.
Good lap for Greg. Up next, it's the driver out of Russellville, Kentucky, sponsored by Radical Tees and Decals, the number 76. This is Ron Palmer. Former sportsman driver at Mobile International Speedway, the sister track to Five Flag Speedway here on the Gulf Coast. Oh, a little low. He actually tagged the apron in turn 1 there. Got loose back straightaway for Ron Palmer. He's on the clock. Was 23rd quickest in practice off turn 4. 17.221. That's good for 3rd.
3rd quick for the driver in the number 76, Ron Palmer. Palmer now on the hammer, fast and loud in turns 3 and 4. Going to see if he can pick up any more time to see if he can eclipse the 2nd place time of 17.21. Coming across the stripe now, he does. 2nd quick, 17.190 for Ron Palmer. Next up on the racing track right now from Fenton, Missouri, driving the AMS Oil and Henson Photography, number 104, Adam Blattel. Adam Blattel in car 104. Adam, a 5-time winner in the All-Pro Sim Racing Series, 2015 Daytona winner with the American Sim Racing Series in the AMS Oil Truck Series in that league. So the 104, Adam Blattel, on track right now underneath the green flag there. Gets a little loose there in 3 and 4. First lap coming into the books for Adam, going to be 17.507, 8th quick for that driver.
Got a little bit of work to do in the 104, back straightaway right up by the wall. He'll dive it down into 3, coming off 4. He gets the car turned down low. We'll see what the time's going to be at the line. Checkered flag. He improves 17.359, 17.359 for Adam Blattel. Up next on the Speedway, out of Moss Point, Mississippi. This guy knows the Gulf Coast racetracks all too well. This is Jerry Goff. He's sponsored by Day Towing and the Day Racing Team. He's won a feature event in the Bomber Division over at Mobile International Speedway, and he's a regular here at FAST. Number 41 is Jerry Goff.
Goff in turns 3 and 4, going to take his first green lap here in the qualifying session. Coming across the stripe right now, 17.200, 3rd quick for the driver from Moss Point, Mississippi.
That's good first lap, 17.2. Back straightaway, we'll see what he can do on his final time. Off turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Jerry Goff looking for the pole, misses it, but he gets up to 2nd so far. 17.186, 17.186.
Next up on the racetrack, driving the number 9 from Nashville, Tennessee, going to be Michael Bolden. Michael Bolden in car number 9. Green flag in the air for that driver, the number 9, Michael Bolden. 20th quick in practice with a 17.10 second lap there in the practice session. Coming around this time by in 3 and 4. Lap number 1 going to go into the books for the driver from Nashville, Tennessee. Going to be 2nd quick, 17.172 seconds, 17.172.
One of our best first laps of the night so far. Bolden off turn number 4, checkered flag in the air, up by the wall, misses it just by a little bit. He slows it down, 17.185 on his 2nd lap. Up next on the Speedway, he has raced a pro late model at just about every track in the Southeast United States. Out of Jasper, Georgia, the number 26 is Chandler Smith. Smith is sponsored by Smith General Contracting. Number 26, Chandler Smith out of Jasper, Georgia.
Chandler Smith with the green flag in the air, lap number 1 getting set to go here in the books in the qualifying session for Chandler. And on the loud pedal out of number 4, going to be 17.191 seconds, 17.191 for Chandler. That's 5th quick.
Another good first lap. We'll see if he can improve on lap number 2. Chandler Smith off 4. He got it turned real low in 4. Does not improve. Slows down. 17.360.
Next car on the track to take time in the qualifying session from West Chesapeake, Nova Scotia, Canada. That's a mouthful right there. Driving the number 50, going to be Todd Cousins. Todd Cousins in car 50. Todd is a regular member of the Fast Series, has run several races in the Pro Late Model and Super Late Model ranks, always finishing quite well in the field and hooked up with the Revolution Racing crowd and out of turn number 2 on lap number 1 in the qualifying session. Going to have to see if Todd can actually jump up towards the top of the charts. 18th quick in that practice session, 17.07 on that. First lap in the books, 17.17 seconds, 17.170. Second quick for the driver from West Chesapeake.
P2 on lap 1. We'll see what he can do on lap 2. Checkered flag, turn 4. Todd Cousins, can he put it on the pole? No, slows down. 17.334, 17.334. Up next, this guy, I tell you what, a lot of these guys know Five Flag Speedway like it's the back of their hand. He is a race director at South Alabama Speedway, which is about 2 hours northwest of Five Flag Speedway. The number 34 out of Kinston, Alabama is Kevin Chance. Chance driving the South Alabama Speedway sponsored Super Late Model tonight here at Five Flag Speedway. Kevin Chance out of Kinston, Alabama, on the clock, looking 1 lap in the books, a 17.198. 17.198, good for 7th so far.
Kevin Chance going to try to improve his lap time like several other drivers have so far in the qualifying session. 15 to take time here in the qualifying session, almost halfway through. A checkered flag in the air for the 34 Kevin Chance. Going to improve second quick, 17.168 seconds. 17.168 for the 34 of Kevin Chance. Next up on the racetrack from Walton Township, New Jersey, driving the number 22 Short Track Racing Network Double Clutch Marketing. Operation GI Barbecue alongside of that number 22, going to be TJ Graves. TJ Graves in car 22. TJ, a 4-cylinder driver, 5th in points right now, gets loose on the apron, almost spins it around, so that'll put him about dead last here on lap number 1. Going to have to see if the driver from Walton Township, New Jersey, can pick it up on lap 2.
Oh, and he's heated the tires up. Look at that car. It is not happy. Not up to speed on the front straightaway. This is not going to be the lap that Graves wants. He might have to start this one on the back. He's loose again on the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4. He's a fast regular. And he's going to almost spin it out. He is going to spin it out. Front straightaway. Look out. And a Ty Majeski spin down into turn number 1 from way back at the Snowball Derby. Graves keeps it out of the wall, but he's going to be 14th so far in qualifying.
Next car to take time in the qualifying session from Birmingham, Alabama, driving the Steel Horse Racing RPM Extreme Suspensions number 18, Jason Swan. Jason Swan in car 18.
Swan sponsored by RPM and Extreme Suspension. He is the president of Steel Horse Racing, which was founded way back in 2001. The number 18 is Jason Swan, looking good off turn 4, lap 1, 17.290. That's good for 11th.
Going to try to pick up time here on lap number 2 is the driver, the number 18, Jason Swan. And on the hammer out of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air, waving for Jason Swan. Going to be 17.199 seconds quicker on lap 2, good for 8th quick. driver next on track from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada. From the Great White North, driving the R&R Kinsman's Atlantic Undercar number 15, going to be Mike Alexander. Mike Alexander in car 15. 2008 Hobby Stock Champion up north, 75 plus feature wins here in the iRacing.com service. Mike Alexander, very, very quick in practice with a 17.01 seconds, almost getting down to that 16-second bracket. It seems to be the magical number. And on lap 1, coming across the stripe right now, going to be 17.089 seconds, good for second quick.
Our second 17-0 of the night. He might have something for Dale Owen on his second lap. Around the half-mile speedway, here comes Alexander off turn 4, a little loose to the line. Can't quite get there. 17.184, 17.184 for Mike Alexander. Up next on the speedway, almost headed towards the wall there, the number 4 out of Ashaway, Rhode Island. It is Brandon Wilkinson. Wilkinson sponsored by JD Marketing and Victory Lane Radio. That's 94 victories here on the iRacing service. On the real side of things, he has 3 championships in quarter midgets and 5 wins as a spotter. The number 4 is Brandon Wilkinson.
Lap 1 going into the books for the driver from Ashaway, Rhode Island, going to be 11th quick, 17.238 seconds, 17.238 for Brandon Wilkinson.
Got some improving to do. Turn 4 up by the wall. If he didn't catch it, I wouldn't have been able to slide my debit card in between he and it. Does not improve. He stays 11th.
Next car on track, driving from Buford, Georgia, driving the Willard record number 71. That's going to be Wayne Willard. Wayne Willard in car 71. Willard, a Valvoline Challenge Series champion, Sullen All-Star Series champion, 2-time winner of the Rattlesnake, and World 100 at the Birmingham International Raceway, is the driver of the number 71, Wayne Willard. 12th quick in practice in the 16-second bracket, 16.989 for him. Going to see what he can do here on lap number 1 out of 4, right up to the wall. Going to be 17.22 seconds, 17.220 seconds for Wayne Willard, 11th quick.
Wayne Willard, a very popular name here along the Gulf Coast. He's done a lot down here in the southeast. Off turn 4, he's up by the wall, gets loose. Not going to improve on his second lap. Wayne Willard will stay 11th so far here in qualifying. Up next, the 00 out of Statesville, North Carolina. This is Randall Fawkes. Fawkes is sponsored by Double Clutch and Operation GI Barbecue. I guess that's a restaurant, Justin. Is that a restaurant?
No, Operation Barbecue is a charity that's going to send a trailer smoker, several thousand pounds of meats, seasonings, you name it, over to our troops over in Afghanistan and Iraq, and try to bring them a piece of home. So, I mean, a wonderful charity to support here. And we'll have more news about Operation GI Barbecue here in the future, along with the Fast Series. Lap 1 in the books. Quick time, 17 even for the driver in the 00. Lap number 2 coming by. Checkered flag in the air for the 00 of Randall Fawkes. Gonna see if he can improve. No, slower, slightly, 17.019 seconds. Quick time for the driver in the 00.
17 flat. Time to beat from the 00 of Randall Fawkes. Here comes the number 75 out of Oak Grove, Alabama. This is Chase Spradlin. Spradlin, sponsored by Frankie's Auto Parts. And listen to this. On the real side of things, he has over 100 wins in 4-cylinder cars, and he is a Super Late Model Hall of Fame 100 winner. He has 2 NASCAR Racing 2003 season championships. Chase Spradlin in the 75 puts him 3rd on lap number 1 with a 17.062.
17.062 seconds for the driver in the number 75, Chase Spradlin. Checkered flag in the air, waving for Chase. Out of turn number 4, going to see if he can improve. Slower, 17.279 seconds. Quick time going to be for him, third, 17.062. Next car on the track from Smithsburg, Maryland. They're going to be driving the ARC Racing Series number 27, Spencer Preet. Spencer Preet in the 27, and Spencer a little slow to get going, maybe stalled the car out of the pit road there, and onto the back straightaway in turns 3 and 4, coming around this time by, going to be green flag for the driver from Smithsburg, Maryland, Spencer Preet in the 27.
Preet on the clock, a good line down into turn number 1, off turn 2, puts the hammer down right up by the wall. Enters low in 3, lets it wash up, now turns it down off turn number 4. A great line, front straightaway, first lap, puts him 4th with a 17.071.
Gets into the wall on the back straightaway is the driver, the number 27, Spencer Preet. Going to decline to finish his second lap, so the first lap going to be the quickest for him at a 17.071.
Up next, it is the 05 of Nick Del Campo. Earlier this year, or last year actually, my goodness, it's been a year or so, he won the 2014 Fast Legends Million up at South Boston Speedway, and on the real side of things, he is in his first year racing slingshots. That's a beginner division up in the Northeast. The 05, Nick Del Campo. You kidding me? On the pole, 16.996, 16.996. On the pole so far for Del Campo.
Del Campo finally the first driver to break into the 16-second bracket here out of turn number 4. Going to see if he can improve his time, and across the stripe, slower, 17.074. Quick time for the driver from Blauvelt, New York. Next car on track to take time in the qualifying session from Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada, driving the Rev Racing Zigzag number 31, going to be Keith Mack. Keith Mack in the 31, and Keith has won several fast races in the late models and super late models. Very fast competitor in this series. He is a driver to watch out for. Very quick in practice as well. One of the drivers I've seen break into the low 16.9 second laps here from the official practice session here held on Thursday evening. Out of turn number 4, first lap going in the books for the driver from Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada. Quick time, 16.939. 16.939 for Keith.
Mack knows how to race these super late models. He is a 2-time and defending MIRL super late model champion. Off turn 4, a little bit slow, and he's actually going to call it quits there. 16.939. It's good enough for the pole. Time to beat so far. Up next, a very familiar name on the Gulf Coast. Out of Theodore, Alabama, the number 98 is J.J. Day. Day is sponsored by Fastenal, Day Towing, and the Day Racing Team. He's a Bomber and Pro Truck champion here along the Gulf Coast, and the Viper Series Fast champion here at Fast, and he knows this speedway like it's the back of his hand. The number 98, J.J. Day, off 4's a little loose to the white flag, second quickest, and he's going to shut it down actually.
The hot shoe from Theodore, Alabama, second quick with a 16.95 second lap. Ran runner-up in the inaugural Super Late Model Series here last year. And on the track, driving the number 30 from Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada, driving the Sean Simple Signs Revolution Racing number 30, going to be Ronald Mackey. Ronald Mackey in number 30. Ronald ran very strong at the Rattler 251. The Rattler 250 at South Boston here in the super late models here a few months back here. A little loose out of turn 2 that time by. Going to see if he can collect it and put together a really nice lap out of 4 on the charge out of turn number 4. Almost gets into the wall on the front straightaway. Not going to be very quick at all. 22nd, 17.333.
Wow, that's actually surprising. He was 5th quickest in warm up a little bit earlier this evening. We'll see if he can improve off turn 4. Mackey front straightaway, little bit better. 17.194, 17.194. He is 15th here in qualifying.
Next driver to take time in the qualifying session from Cowpen, South Carolina, driving the Posse Justin Brooks Designs, number 92, Ty Spearman. Ty Spearman in the 92. Ty Spearman, winner of several races in the iRacing.com Super Late Model Series. Very, very fast driver. He was fourth quick in the practice session with a 16.908. Lap 1 getting set to go in the books for the driver from Cowpen, South Carolina. Going to be third quick, 16.974 for the driver from Cowpen, South Carolina. Looks like he's going to shut it down on lap number 2. So lap record, 16.974 for the driver from Cowpen, South Carolina.
One and done. I love hearing the hometowns of these guys. We have Slap Out, Alabama, and Cowpen, South Carolina. Up next, here comes the number 33. Somewhat normal. Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. This is a 33 of Mike Rhino. He's sponsored by Ford Racing. He is a Fast Legends champion, and he's a team member of the championship winning number 4 car, Ford Fusion late model up in the north. Number 33 is Mike Rhino.
Lap 1 going in the book, 6th quick, 17.037 seconds for the driver from the Great White North is Mike Rhino, and one and done looks like it's going to be. He's pulling onto pit road. Lap record, 037 second lap for Mike Rhino, and next driver onto the track. The 72 going to be driven by, from Sophia, North Carolina, driving the GetAccelerated.co, JD Marketing, Race22.com. Going to be Ray Farlow in the 72. Ray Farlow, a 20-year veteran of dirt go-kart racing, 2015 Season 2 Division 2 champion in the iRacing Sprint Car Series. So third overall as well for the driver from Sophia, North Carolina. Lap number 1 getting set to go in the books for Ray Farlow. Second quick in practice session, going to see how he's going to do. 17.039, seventh quick for the driver in the 72.
And he's actually going to take a second lap, unlike some of the previous drivers that have just been one and done off turn 4. We'll see if he can improve on lap 2. And no, that's pretty much been the story tonight. No improvement on lap number 2. Final qualifier of the night, fastest in hot laps a little bit earlier on. Here comes the number 32. This is Ryan Borges. Borges, sponsored by Racer Boost LLC, Extreme Racing Series LLC, Molecule Motorsports. He is a 2-time online All-American 400 champion. He knows his way around the super late model division, and off turn number 4, he's looking for the fast time. White flag in the air for Borges. Pole time for Ryan Borges.
16.917 for Ryan Borges in the 32. The driver from Rutland, Massachusetts, takes a second lap, puts it right on the bottom, charging hard out of turn number 4. Checkered flag on the qualifying session, going to be a little slower, 16.999. First lap quicker, 16.917 for the driver of the 32. And that's going to conclude the qualifying session here from Five Flags Speedway. And Ben, the pole award winner, going to be going to the driver from Rutland, Massachusetts.
So a very close field.
And on the pole for tonight's race is going to be the 32 of Ryan Borges with a 16.917 second lap. And starting outside of him on the front row, going to be Keith Mack in the 31 with a 16.939 second lap. And inside of row number 2 provisionally, going to be the 98 of James Day Jr. And outside of him, completing row number 2 in the 4th spot, going to be 92 of Ty Spearman. Rounding out your top 5 tonight is going to be the 05 of Nick Del Campo with a 16.996 second lap. And outside of row number 3 in the 6th spot, going to be the 00 of Randall Falks. 7th spot going to go to the 33 of Mike Rhino. 72, Ray Farlow comes home 8th in the qualifying session. 9th going to the 29 of Dale Owen. And the 75 of Chase Spradlin comes home 10th.
11th going to be Spencer Preed in the 27. Mike Alexander in the 15 is going to roll off in the 12th position. Kevin Chance in the 34 roll off 13th to his outside. It'll be the 50 of Todd Cousins. Michael Bolden scheduled to roll off 15th in the number 9. Jerry Goff will be to his outside 16th. Ron Palmer 17th in the number 76 to his outside. It'll be the 26 of Chandler Smith. Ronald Mackey rolling off 19th in the 30, and Jason Swan 18 going to be to his outside, rounding out the top 20.
21st on back going to be belonging to the 14 of Connor Okresnik in the 21st starting spot in the number 14. 71 Wayne Willard starting 22nd. The 4 Brandon Wilkinson, who just told me he ran his race setup in the qualifying session, going to start 23rd. In 96 Forrest Gregg going to start 24th. 25th going to the 97 of John Quenneman. 99 Dan Vining in the 26th starting spot with a 17.292 second lap. 27th to the 104 of Adam Blattel. The 93 of Doug Nelson comes home 28th in the qualifying session. TJ Graves, after a disappointing lap to open up his qualifying session, going to run 29th to start, and rounding out the field in 30th and 31st spot's going to be the 37 of Carson Obey and the 88 of Garrett Jones.
A stout field, and some of the top names are outside of the top 15, which is going to be fun to watch him come through the field. And look at this. From first all the way back to about, we'll go about 25th, separated 0.3 of a second. You can't find a closer field than that.
No, you cannot. And Petey, that was an action-packed qualifying session. 5 drivers breaking down into the 16-second barrier. Randall Falks right at 17 flat. So for all intents and purposes, your top 10 is really only separated by just over 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, that was a real exciting qualifying session. One driver I was really impressed with was the number 29 of Dale Owen. He qualified in practiced in 28th, and he ended up qualifying in the 9th position. Huge improvement, almost 20 positions for him, going to be starting over the top 10. But like Ben said, a lot of big names going to be starting towards the rear, like TJ Graves and Ronald McKay. Should be interesting to see how they strategize their way to the front.
And with that said, folks, it's now time. We go down trackside. Going to be time for our nation's anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And now it is time, getting ready to fire off the Fast Father's Day Invitational 150 presented by Smith General Contracting. Cars on the grid, 31 drivers set to start the feature here tonight. And Ben, I know there's some other sponsors here that have put up some significant money towards what the first payout is going to be tonight.
Oh yeah, a lot of sponsors. We'll have time to go over them now. We will say that Brian Borges is going to take $10 home thanks to M. Henson Photography. That is the Pole Award. We'll go over some of the other sponsors when we get to them later in the race. But if it wasn't for the sponsors, this race certainly wouldn't have happened, and we got to send out a big thanks to them. It's gonna be interesting to see later tonight who's gonna head to AMS Oil Winners Circle and take home the $20 put up by AMS Oil in the Winners Circle. Lights out on the pace car here for the Fast Father's Day Invitational. Some of the top drivers on the sim side of things and some of the top drivers on the real side of things have gathered at the virtual Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola for 150 laps. It's the Fast Father's Day Invitational, and the field has stacked up 2 by 2 by 2 to all the Father's Day, or to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day!
Green flag in the air. We are underway. Ryan Borges takes the early jump into turn number 1, bringing along the 98 of James Day Jr. JJ Day driving that 98. 31 of Keith Mack up on the high side, trying to hold serve on the outside of, I believe that's going to be the number 05 of Nick Del Campo, trying to pressure him for the 4 spot. First battle on the racetrack going to be with the 15 of Mike Alexander, battling alongside the 75 of Chase Spradlin. Door to door going into 3, the advantage given to the 15 of Alexander.
So far, everybody pretty clean and green, trying to get singled out. We got a battle up for the 3rd spot between Mack and the 31 of Del Campo and the 05. That's for 3rd. Del Campo, give it to him down the back straightaway. Caution is out for the first time here at Five Flag Speedway. 1 car around turn 4. It's the 41 of Jerry Goff.
Goff bringing out the very first caution flag here on the night of the Father's Day Invitational 150. Was parked down at the bottom of turn number 2 there. Had a little help, I do believe. Going to be the 71 of Wayne Willard punting the back end of that machine around. Pleasantries being exchanged at the moment right now, but that's going to put us underneath that caution flag again for the first time tonight.
So it was interesting to see. A lot of give and take there at the beginning of the race on the real side of things, and I've even noticed on the sim.
Welcome back, everybody. A little bit of technical difficulties there. Still underneath the caution flag here, but 5 laps in the books out of 150 here from Pensacola, Florida. The Five Flag Speedway. One driver getting sent around the pace car. Michael Bolden missed the start as well. The 71, Wayne Willard, going to be off the track right now at the very end of the field in 31st. Driver given the EOL penalty going to be the 41 of Jerry Goff, who was your spinner there, causing the caution there on lap number 3, I do believe. And Ben, certainly a lot of give and take there in the early going. I know some drivers really surprised by that, honestly, because the way some things go in real life at these big super late model races, you end up with a parking lot down there in turn 1.
But you know, great job by everybody avoiding the melee. It was really melee, just Goff goes off the bumper of 71 and everybody was able to avoid him, so a great job. And a big development just happening under this caution. TJ Graves was under pit road, got trapped down there, and he is now 1 lap down. And he'll start 1 lap down here on this restart. Not a good start off to the night for the 22 of TJ Graves. Had the mishap in qualifying, now gets trapped 1 lap down. His race not starting out the way he wanted it.
Driver from Wall Township, New Jersey, TJ Graves, certainly going to be disappointed here. 29th, 1 lap down, but it is still early. Just 6 laps in the books of 150 here as the field getting ready to get set back green. Lights off on the pace car, getting ready to fire them off out of turn number 4. The Ford First Racing, iRacing pace car getting ready to dive to the safety of pit road, and does so. Field in the hands of Ryan Borges. Borges on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air from Five Flags.
Good jump for Del Campo on the inside of JJ Day. They're going to battle side by side for the 2nd position to the back straightaway. Here comes Del Campo looking to take the runner-up spot here on lap number 9. Big crash at the back of the field. We stay green. It was Jerry Goff for the 2nd time tonight. We're still green. And look at this. There's cars right in front of the lead pack. Oh my goodness!
Contact with the 98 of JJ Day. Hard right front damage for the driver. The gravel performance. Fastenal Day Racing Team Ford. Caution now waving on the speedway.
Wow, you kidding me? I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Holy cow.
Replay getting set to go up in just a couple of moments. Petey Zeller, what was your take? What was your take on what happened as we watched the replay?
Well, yeah, I was watching that, and believe it or not, the big wreck that we saw was actually not the cause of the caution. When everyone went low to try to miss that, two machines got piled up. Ronald McKay checked up, and the machine behind him, Garrett Jones, the 88, just did not see the wreck. Pile drive from the back bumper, the number 30 went around, and in the aftermath, Garrett Jones wrecked as well. The number 14 machine got into the wall. That number 14 driven by Connor Okarsnick. So 3 cars involved in the aftermath, and what could have been just a simple 2-car wreck due to race control not spying the caution turned into a 5-car pileup.
And we're going to take a little opportunity right now to do a little bit of business. We're going to go LSRTV side by side from here at the Five Flag Speedway. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Father's Day 150 presented by Smith General Contracting, LSRTV, bringing you the live coverage. Going back, green flag, pace car on pit road, Ben, getting ready to go green.
Green flag back in the air, a little bit of stack up from about the 3rd row on back. Good jump for Del Campo. He gets right down in front of JJ Day, and he's going to begin to work on the 32 of Borges. Back straightaway battle for the 5th spot between Fox and Mack. Fox in the 00 Mack in the 31.
Fox trapped on the high side with the 72 with the Ray Barlow machine now working in the inside of him, trying to bring the 33 of Mike Rhino along with him on the inside, and does so. Fox going nowhere but back towards the back of the pack here as we get ready to put lap 17 here in the books here at Five Flags.
High line is definitely possible to run up there on new tires, but once the tires get a little bit of age on them, you can throw that out the window. You see Fox able to get a run on the 15 down the back straightaway. Got a battle heating up for 3rd, though, just in front of those guys.
92 of Ty Spearman trying to work to the inside of the 98 of JJ Day. The 31 of Keith Mack also right there on the back bumper of Spearman on the bottom side. 3-way battle for 3rd. Give the edge to Spearman as we head off towards 3.
JJ Day, you can see the damage starting to take a toll on the 98 machine off turn number 4. He's trapped on the outside. He was involved in the incident where Goff was still sitting on the back straightaway where no caution happened. He went down to avoid him, made contact with him, and now he finally makes his way back into line. He's going to try and work his way back up into the top 5.
Single file through the top 10 right now. Jerry Goff in the 41 officially out of the race. Battle changing hands for the moment there across the stripe for the 19th spot. The 104 of Adam Littell, 99 of Dan Vining, and the 30 of Ronald Mackey all trading places at the moment. Give the edge to the 104 of Littell, who's now going to set his sights on the 96 of Boris Gregg as they try to battle for 18th out of 4.
TJ Graves, 22, trying to work his way through the field here at Five Flags Speedway. He's currently in the 22nd spot. He is back on the lead lap. He's got a lot of work to do, though.
A lot of work to do. He's already half a track behind your leader, Ryan Borges, who's checked out by about 0.6 of a second over the 0.5 and Nick Del Campo. Ty Spearman rides solidly in the 3rd spot with the 31 and Keith Mack in the 4th spot. 5th going to the 72 of Ray Barlow. Great run for him.
Big battle going on for 9th. Randall Fox was all over the bumper of Dale Owens a couple laps ago. Now he's to the inside of him down the back straightaway. Owen 29, Falk 00. Here comes Spradlin trying to stick his nose to get that 10th spot away from Owens.
Spradlin in the 75, now working to the inside of the 29 of Dale Owen. Spradlin with the advantage out of turn number 2. Wheel to wheel, door to door as we head into 3. The edge to Spradlin as we get ready to shoot out of 4.
Oh, Owen pinched him off turn 4. They're trying to cut off his momentum coming down the front straightaway. Owen slides in behind, gives the bumper to Spradlin in 2. They get it singled out, and they're tail to nose.
Looking back at the 75 of Chase Spradlin from the 00 of Randall Fox. There got about 3 car lengths separating those 2 drivers at the moment as Fox starting to work on the back of the 15 of Mike Alexander. 4-way battle surrounding the 98 of JJ Day, the 33 of Mike Ryan, who's also got a little bit of right front damage on that machine as well, and the 15 of Mike Alexander along there with the 00 of Randall Fox. 4-way battle for the 6th spot.
Fox is looking to be one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. 28 laps into the Fast Father's Day Invitational. Those 4 cars right there, tail to nose, led by JJ Day in the 98. Mike Rhino was all over the bumper to 98. Look at this off turn 2. Rhino gets a little wiggly, not able to do anything by the time they get to 3.
On board the 33 of Mike Rhino as he's trying to work all over the back bumper of that 98. Fastenal Ford is the 33 of Rhino, and he's given the wood right to Day, and he stays right on the bottom. A little bit of wiggle out of the 98 is Day just getting pushed around a little bit. Don't know how much longer he can really stand to tolerate that as they come out of 4.
And Fox, he dove it down into 3 that time. Got a nose on the 15 of Alexander. And now they're side by side. Fox looking to take that 8th position away. Give it to him down the back straightaway.
Falk starting to climb back up from his fall on the restart there. Smoke on the racetrack. No caution on the speedway at the moment. It's still the 33 beating and banging with the 98 of JJ Day. JJ Day doing everything he can to keep that 98 out in front.
Smoke was from the 37 of Obey, who is at the top of the speedway in 3 and 4 right now. Very slow off the pace. He's almost up and into the wall. He's going to be right in front of our battle for that 6th spot. I thought Rhino was going to use him as a pick there. That would have been a smart thing. Day is up the racetrack. Rhino's to the bottom, side by side for 6. Not too long, though, because Rhino's going to make quick work of him.
Rhino on the bottom, and JJ Day just trying to pinch him off, trying to keep him down there. And Randall Fox in the 00 trying to work his way in there and gives him a door down in 1 and 2. Side by side, beating and banging, trading paint. This is short track racing, folks.
Short track racing at its best. This is what Five Flags Speedway is known for, the side-by-side racing, the door-to-door, the beating and banging. Some of the best racing in all of motorsports found right here in Pensacola.
Battle a little bit further back in the pack for the 14th spot, the 34 of Kevin Chance trying to hold off a similarly damaged machine, the 88 of Garrett Jones. Jones riding shotgun on the field, his moves
trouble right behind him. Big crash, turn 4. Ron Palmer was involved along with the 50 of Todd Cousins, who was sideways in front of about 4 or 5 cars. One other car was involved. It was Palmer.
The 50 of Cousins involved in that, putting us underneath the caution flag for the 3rd time here this evening for the Fast Father's Day Invitational 150 presented by Smith General Contracting. Replay going up on your screens right now. Going to see what happened with the 50 as leaders now getting on pit road, PD.
Yeah, leaders coming down pit road. That wreck was happening. The 50 of Cousins just came down Palmer's nose. But like you said, some leaders coming down pit road led down by Ryan Borges. Ryan Borges in that number 32 molecule machine. He's going to be trying to get out in and out of pit road really quick. Has to crawl all the way down that number 1 pit stall. Interesting to see what he'll do to that machine. They're servicing that car right away. These cars are literally right on top of each other in pit road. Actually, the 31 of Mac missed. Everyone missed their pit stall except Borges there. That was just unfortunate circumstance there for everyone except Borges. Borges, though, is going to have a 4-tire stop, and we'll see if he can get out first off pit road, Justin.
Gonna see several drivers taking 2 tires off of pit road. We'll get that reset for you in just a moment. The 00 Falks, one of the few drivers taking 4 tires on that opportunity there as he overshot his pit stall coming in. Gonna come off somewhere around mid-pack. We'll get the field stacked up for you right now. And Ben, these guys right here, 2 tires. I don't know if that's gonna work here as this track seems to be really hard on tires.
I don't know if it's going to work, but it's going to make an interesting race for us. Ryan Borges is going to have to restart about mid-pack in the 32. And this is going to be very interesting. We have some drivers that did not even pit. Some are going to stay out.
22 cars on the lead lap right now. 2 cars up the front of the pack. The 26 of Chandler Smith and the 97 of John Quinneman. Both staying out with several drivers behind them taking 2 tires here as the field resets across the stripe. Going to be the 22 of TJ Graves still on pit road getting more damage fixed by that crew. Heavy front end damage on the driver of the double clutch Short Track America Operation GI Barbecue number 22. Those guys certainly working hard on that machine. And as we'll get set to fire these guys here in just a couple of moments, Ben, why don't you take us through the top 10?
Chandler Smith, your leader in the number 26, will lead us back to the green flag alongside the number 97, John Quinneman. Carson Obey in the 37. Nope, changed on me. Mike Alexander, 15, scheduled to roll off inside of row 2. Chase Pradlett to his outside. Then it's Dan Vining, 99. Ty Spearman, 92. Del Campo is in the 05. Borges outside row 4. Garrett Jones and Keith Mack. Top 10 as we get set for the restart. Lights out on the iRacing.com. Ford Mustang pace car. Smith, Quinneman, row number 1 pace car to pit road, looking for the green flag. Outside line's getting bunched up. Outside line did not go. And look out, Ryan Borges is on the outside line. He has to check up.
Big stack up on the outside there. The 97 of Quinneman still causing trouble. The 92 of Ty Spearman right there. Caution being waved on the Speedway. 4th caution flag for a bad start.
And it was Forrest Gregg involved, 96, in the caution, or at least it looked like it. It was the 104 of Blattell actually going sideways to get the caution. 104 Adam Blattell sideways in turn number 1, the reason for that yellow.
Replay going up on your screen right now. Going to watch that incident. Several drivers here looked like they had stout cars come down, got full service on their cars. Well, they're going to need more service. Heavy damage to the right side of the 00 double clutch Chevrolet of Randall Falks, who got a piece of that restart there. Several drivers making contact with the 97 and John Quinneman, who come down pit road. A lot of drivers voicing their displeasure over the in-game radio chat. And Ben, these drivers' patience starting to wear away as we're coming to put a third of the race in the books.
Yeah, these guys been racing for, we're going to put 44 laps down now. You got to give it to them for trying something early on, but I mean, it is Five Flag Speedway. This track just grounds tires like it's like they're going through a meat grinder. Like I said, got to give it to them for trying, but on the other hand, they do know the racetrack and the car, so they really couldn't expect anything but what happened. 2
drivers out at front, happy to be up front right now after that round of pit stops there underneath the caution flag the last time. Going to be the 15 of Mike Alexander. He's going to be assuming the point with the 05 of Nick Del Campo riding behind him. In second, the 88 of Garrett Jones uses pit strategy to move up from dead last at 31st starting spot all the way up to third with the 72 of Ray Farlow. Now riding fourth in the 75 of Chase Fradlin. Going to complete your top five with the 92 of Ty Spearman after that exchange there on that. I don't know what to call that kind of restart, Ben, but he's now riding good in the sixth spot.
Right behind them, Mike Rhino, Ryan Borges. Borges didn't move up too much. He got trapped on the outside there. So Borges is going to have to work his way through the field, but you talked about it up front. Alexander, Del Campo, they're going to lead us back to the green flag side by side. Del Campo was second right before the caution where everything was changed on pit road. And then on the inside of row number 2, 2013 Pro Late Model Champion here at the real Five Flag Speedway, Garrett Jones. I'm interested to see what he can do on this restart. I don't think he's really got a good grasp on the iRacing side of things, but we'll see as we get ready for the race start. Pace car to pit road. Alexander's in the gas. We're back to racing here at Five Flag Speedway.
Alexander getting a great jump. Garrett Jones taking the 72 of Ray Farlow up the hill in turns 1 and 2. Those two drivers not very happy about that, but that's going to allow the 75 of Chase Fradlin to almost make it 3 wide down in turns 3 and 4. Going to try to trade paint now with the 72 of Farlow, who's on a backward slide. The 32 of Ryan Borges trying to use them tires up on the high side as well. 5 guys, 7 guys now. Big blanket of drivers right now battling for third.
And for the lead, side by side here in Pensacola, Del Campo on the inside of Alexander. Give him the lead off turn 4. Now back to third, where it looks like we're at Talladega and Daytona. 2 by 2 they go from third on back.
Big stack up, smoke up in front of the leaders. There's one guy running a little bit of hot. That's actually going to be the 98 at JJ Day. Damaged, now pulled to the inside of the front straightaway, allowing the leaders to go by. Tough luck striking the driver from Theodore, Alabama.
And Day will actually bring... No, caution is for a big crash off 4. I'll be involved along with Palmer. Bolden's in it, and Quinneman. So you want to think that maybe the guys got word that Day was slow, started checking up, and then everybody just piled in. Palmer gets a bump from the 37, and then that's what caused the melee in turn number 4. A couple big hits, and TJ Graves was involved in the 22.
Several drivers involved in that. We're going to do a little bit more business now on LSRTV as we go LSRTV side by side from here at the Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola. Welcome back, race fans, to the Five Flag Speedway down here in Pensacola, Florida. Going to be live coverage of the past Father's Day 150 presented by Smith General Contracting. Justin Rose now, Ben Kilcrease, Petey Zeller in the booth with you along for tonight. And Ben, we're 1 to go, getting ready to fire the field. Here's we're stacked up 2 by 2 by 2.
Lights out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Del Campo, Alexander, row 1. Spradlin, Spearman, row 2. Row 3 is Rhino and Jones. Green flag is back in the air. We're back racing at Five Flag Speedway.
Del Campo with a great restart there, jumps out to the lead by about 2 car lengths over the 15 of Mike Alexander, who's now working clear of the 92 of Ty Spearman, who's restarted in the 3rd spot. And that's a one guy you really need to keep your eye on here. Is a
big crash, turn 4. They were 3 wide going into turn number 3. The 72 is involved. That's Ray Farlow, and Adam Blattell took a hard hit. He's got a blown motor and he's in the pits.
Trouble finding that 104 Blattell and the 72. Several other drivers getting a piece of that. The 00 almost got into that as well. The driver from North Carolina, Randall Falks, and Petey. That was that is quickie cautions here. Yellow fever reigning supreme right now in Pensacola.
That indeed is true here, and you know, I kind of expected it with a race like this. You put 30 talented drivers on a very short half-mile track down here in Pensacola, Florida, on a very hot day, of course. You know, it's 72 degrees out here. The track's 99 degrees. It's very hot out here. You know, some tempers are going to start boiling over with some of these guys, but I think right now the biggest issue these guys are struggling with is there's a whole lot of race car. Everyone obviously has a lot of talent and speed in their car, but there's not enough racetrack for them to bring that to fruition. So we'll see if these guys can really start to figure out where and when they can make passes as we quickly close in halfway through this race. I expect the last 50 laps to be cleaner than the first 100 is basically what I'm trying to tell you, Justin.
Ben, Nick Del Campo out front using that 2-tire strategy. That looks to be the call to make here. Stay out front and avoid the melees.
$5 going to the leader of the most laps thanks to Lucas Oil. Del Campo might be trying to do that. We look back to 7th to Garrett Jones. Remember, he started 31st. $5 goes to the Smith Scrap and Salvage Hard Charger. That's the most positions gained in the race. Garrett Jones looking to get that. And then coming up here in just about 14 laps, we'll have the ARC Racing Series halfway leader. Another $5 going to go to the leader at halfway. Del Campo looking to rack up on some change here tonight in Pensacola.
15 to halfway as we're getting ready to stack everybody up. Looks like it's going to be lights off on the pace car next time by, getting ready to send these guys off once again. 5th caution flag waving here at Five Flag Speedway. And Ben, I'm just sitting here looking through these list of drivers in the top 10, starting with Nick Del Campo, Mike Alexander 2nd, Ty Spearman in 3rd, 4th to Chase Spradlin, 5th Mike Rhino, 27 Spencer Free, 88 Garrett Jones, 32 Ryan Borges in the 8th spot, Keith Mack in the 31, and 9th and 10th going to the 26th of Chandler Smith. So 10 very stout drivers in the top 10.
And look at Borges. He sits 8th. Probably the fastest car on the racetrack, but that just shows you how hard it is to pass. Here at Five Flag Speedway hasn't made up a position since a couple of restarts ago. Green flag back in the air. We're racing again here at Five Flag Speedway.
Del Campo on the loud pedal, getting a great jump over the 15 at Alexander. Caution waving on the speedway once again for another melee on a restart. Here, and it's the 37 of Carson Obey finding trouble this time by in turns 3 and 4. And with that said, folks, we're going to go to a full LSRTV commercial here. Be a few minutes here to do a little bit of business here, and we'll come back with a replay of the incident. This is LSRTV.
Welcome back to LSRTV. Lights are out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. We had a slight incident under caution. Chandler Smith ran into the back of the president here at Fast, Daniel Vining. Not too much damage to either one of those cars. They're able to keep going. Again, lights out on the pace car. Dale Campo, Alexander out front. Green flag is back in the air. We're racing again here at 5 Flag Speedway.
Better restart this time for the 15 of Mike Alexander, who clears the 92 of Ty Spearman, who does himself clear himself with the 75 of Chase Fradlin, who is now holding off a hard-charging 27 of Spencer Preet, and the 33 of Mike Rhino right behind him, battling door-to-door out of 4.
Preet 27, Rhino 33. Preet on the inside. Rhino trying his best to get down to the bottom because he sees the freight train below him. He's got a hole, he's going to stick it in, and here comes Ryan Borges. How about that move to the inside of Preet in 3?
Battle for second, the 92 is Spearman now trying to work to the inside of the 15 of Mike Alexander. They go wheel to wheel down in turn number 1, and it's going to be a drag race now on the back straightaway here at 5 Flag Speedway. Great racing here underway as we get ready to come closer to about 3 laps to halfway.
Alexander keeping his own on the outside, trying his best to stay in that runner-up position. While they're doing this, Nick Del Campo was saying, hey, keep going. It's putting on a good show for the fans and letting me get out in front of you guys. Del Campo is 3 laps away from getting another $5 here at 5 Flag Speedway with the halfway.
3 laps to go now, actually, to halfway, as we put lap 72 in the books of 150 here for the Fast Father's Day Invitational 150. Del Campo clear by almost a second over the 92 of Ty Spearman, and it's a battle right now between teammates for that 4th spot. Mike Alexander in the 15 trying to hold off the 33 of Mike Rhino.
Traffic! Sorry to cut you off there, Justin. Traffic for the leader. Ron Palmer came out of the pits right in front of Del Campo. Del Campo had to check up. Spearman was able to reel in him just a little bit. One more lap until we're halfway. Working the halfway point right now. Del Campo is your leader. All he's got to do is have it at the line, and he's going to get $5 from the ARC Racing Series for being the halfway leader. Off turn 4, he's going to do it half down, half to go here at 5 Flag Speedway.
Time for your full field rundown right now, halfway, presented by the AR Racing Series. As we go caution flag on the Speedway, we'll have 99. To put that up for you in just a moment. 99, Daniel Vining in trouble.
Oh, what a big crash. After the caution, Obey slides into it and crashes hard right on the front straightaway. Vining those sideways on the front straightaway, a single car spin, and then Obey, after the fact, comes in a little bit too hot and crashes big time into the outside retaining wall.
Caution flag waving right at the halfway mark. 75 in the books. Now 76 in the books. Going to be just about 74 to go here as we cross the stripe. 73 now. Del Campo's on the front straightaway. Time for your full field rundown. And out front right now, the 05 of Nick Del Campo, followed up in second spot by the 92 of Ty Spearman. 32, Ryan Borges claws his way all the way back to third now. Great position for your pole sitter from Rutland, Massachusetts. And right behind him in the 33 going to be Mike Rhino in the 4th spot. Teammate Keith Mack in the 31 right behind him, going to round out your top 5. And how about the 00 of Randall Fox? Gets a little bit of damage there on that melee of a restart. Going to find himself in the 6th spot, with the 7th spot belonging to the 30 of Ronald Mackey, another Revolution Racing car, along with the 26 of Chandler Smith in the A spot, the 75 of Chase Fradlin in 9th spot, and 27 Spencer Preet rounds out your top 10.
11th goes to the 15 of Mike Alexander. Ray Farlow 72 sits 12th. 13th is Garrett Jones in 88, and scoring is actually updating right now. So we'll try this again. Let's start from 11. Chase Fradlin 75. TJ Graves 22 is 12th. 13th is Dale Owen in the 29. Dan Vining brings out the caution. He is 14th. 27, Spencer Preet, 15th. 16th is Kevin Jansen at 34. Mike Alexander falls to 17th. 18th is Ray Farlow. Todd Cousins begins the lap down machines. He's in the 50. And 19th, 20th is John Coeneman. He's also 1 lap down in the 97.
21st going to the 9 of Michael Bolden, 1 lap down. 2 laps down is the 4 of Brandon Wilkinson. 37, Carson Obey in 23rd. 6 laps in arrears. 12th laps behind is the 76 of Ron Palmer, who almost caused a big melee at the front of the field in 24th. Adam Whittel going to be retired in the 104 in the 25th spot. Connor Okresnik also done in the 14, getting repairs actually made to that machine on pit road at 26. 27th to the 18 of Jason Swan. 98 JJ Day in 28th. 93 Doug Nelson in the 29th spot. Jerry Goff in 30th, and last car in tonight's field going to be the 71 of Wayne Willard in the 31st spot.
So that's the whole field. Now we'll go to the front row, where it's going to matter the most here on this restart. So the lights are off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. It's Nick Del Campo. He chooses the inside like he's done all night in the 05. Ty Spearman, for I think the first time, going to restart on the front row here on the outside in the 92. We'll see what kind of start he gets. Green flag is back in the air. Spearman down in turn 1, going to try and clear Borges, not going to be able to do it. Borges is on the inside of Spearman, back straight away. That's the battle for second.
Battle for second, really in a bit of a war right now. Borges almost used his door to lean on the 92 with Ty Spearman, the driver from Rutland, Massachusetts, trying to reassume the point after having it in the early stages before a caution flag. As the 33 and Mike Rhino now tries to work to the inside of Ty Spearman in the 92. 00 Randall Fox also joining the party back in 5th.
Randall Fox involved in a couple incidents so far tonight, really doing a great job, and Spearman almost doors him on the front straightaway. They keep it clean. Spearman was desperate to get to the bottom, and he finally makes it right in front of Keith Mack in the 31. Spearman sits 5th.
Battle trying to heat up right behind them. Guys still exchanging pleasantries on the radio as we speak. Going to be the 27 of Spencer Preet right behind the 26 of Chandler Smith. Those two drivers giving it to each other right now over the radio, and they're giving it to each other on the racetrack right now. Preet kind of laying the wood to him down there in turns number 1 and 2. Going to have to see if this battle heats up as we move on.
From third on back, tail to nose, top two kind of space themselves out with Ryan Borges starting to reel in. Nick Del Campo out front. Here comes Fox looking to the inside of Rhino in turn number 3. Battle for the final podium position off 4.
Fox in the 00 drag races to the stripe, going to get eked out by a couple of thousandths to the 33 of Mike Rhino, who's battling hard on the high side. High, wide, and handsome around the half mile in the Gulf Coast of Florida. 00 Fox almost gets in trouble there with the slow car. Going to be, I believe it's Ron Palmer trying to hold these guys up there on the bottom side. It's going to give about a full second now between Del Campo and Borges.
Okay, you couldn't have slid a piece of paper between Ty Spearman and the turn 1 wall the last time by. Spearman works the bottom off turn number 4. He's side by side with Rhino, who's a little loose on the outside. That's for 4th into turn number 1. Meanwhile, up front, Ryan Borges has caught Del Campo. He's on the bumper and looking to take the lead back away here in the Fast Father's Day Invitational.
Out of turn number 4, Borges peeking to the inside as they come across the stripe here as we put 89 laps in the books here of 150. Going to be lap 90 in the books this time by as he looks again out of turn number 2, not finding any room there to put his nose underneath the 05 at Del Campo. These guys certainly familiar with racing each other, two Northeast drivers, doing very well right now in the middle stages of the Fast Father's Day Invitational 150.
Borges is right there on the bumper of Del Campo. If Del Campo makes a slight mistake, Borges is going to be into him off turn 4. Here comes Borges. He turns it down. Can't quite get a nose to turn number 1. They're still going at it for the lead.
Going at it, they are, and Del Campo shut the door really hard on the 32 of Ryan Borges, who now looks to take the outside around the 05 of Del Campo as he tries to pull now an outside in maneuver, peeks to the inside and gets the door shut on him once again in 1 and 2.
He applied the bumper in the middle of the turn, and here comes Borges. He's got a nose to turn 3 of Del Campo. Shuts the door that time. He might have shut it on his nose, and then that would have led to one of them going into the wall. Borges, though, not able to put the power down off 4, and Del Campo clears him in 1. Back straightaway, Borges tries again off turn number 2. Still tail to nose for the lead while they're battling it out. Randall Fox is starting to reel those guys in, and he's bringing Spearman along with him.
Front 4 starting to break away from the drivers of like the 27 of Spencer Preet in 5th, who's doing his best to try to keep the 31 and 33 of Keith Mack and Mike Reynolds behind him, but up front towards the front of the field, it's all Borges and Del Campo still trying to trade paint with each other as that bumper on the 32 is starting to look a little bit deformed.
Ron Palmer almost caught Randall Fox on the front straightaway. He almost caught the wall in turns number 1, and no, he almost caused a crash on the back straightaway. Palmer a little bit off the pace. Here as we ease up on 50 laps to go here at Five Flags Speedway. Del Campo still your leader. Ryan Borges sits second. He is all over the bumper for the lead. Randall Fox is third. Fourth is Ty Spearman and Spencer Preet. Rounds out the top 5 for the lead, side by side off turn number 4. Borges to the inside.
Borges to the inside of the 05 at El Campo. Now door-to-door drag racing off onto the back straightaway out of turn number 2. Borges to the point down in 3, and he's got the nose on Del Campo, who's going to have to yield position slightly now out of turn 4 as he fights back. It's a dead heat at the stripe, just 9 thousandths, but new leader Ryan Borges in the 32.
Borges back straightaway, still not clear of Del Campo. Del Campo going to be able to finally fall in line off turn number 4, front straightaway. Thought he was going to try for a crossover, does not. Ryan Borges, new leader here at Five Flags Speedway as we come to 50 laps to go this time by.
Going to be 50 to go as we cross the start-finish line. Borges starting to try to extend that gap now. It's about a whole car length now out of turn number 4. The driver from Rutland, Mass, trying to do the best he can to take his salt on that $5 lap leader award that's up for grabs here tonight. Del Campo certainly has a stranglehold on it, but if Borges can stay out front to the end, then this could be what the driver from Rutland, Mass really needs.
For fourth, good battle, almost a crash. Spearman got loose off 4. Preet goes to the inside. Give it to Preet off turn number 2, and Spearman's got a lot of handling issues in that number 92.
Uncharacteristic for the driver from Cowpens, South Carolina. Ty Spearman, usually a stalwart and usually has his car underneath him at every single opportunity. And he's probably gonna lose the 5th spot now as the 31 of Keith Mack all over the back deck lid of that 92 machine again out of turn 2.
You see the field lapping an injured TJ Graves. Still riding around trying to get the best finish he can in that number 22 machine. Spencer Preet is on the move. Look at him to the inside of Fox, trying to get a nose. Fox is going to let him go. Preet is going to go to the 3rd spot off turn 4.
Spreet to 3rd, and he's actually closing in on the race leader, Ryan Borges there that time. He took about another 10th out of him the last time by across the stripe as we're now coming up on 45 laps to go the next time by. It's all Borges by over a half second off of Nick Del Campo out front. Spencer Preet, who you just seen pass Randall Fox in the 00, is going to be in the 3rd spot with Fox still in the 4th spot, and Ty Spearman doing his best to stay in the top 5 as he's holding off a hard-charging 31 of Keith Mack.
Going on one of the longest green flags of the green flag runs of the race, and you can certainly start to see it. Who has the better cars on the long runs and who doesn't really have a grip on the cars on the long run? You can start to see them slide around, push up into the turns, get a little sideways off. Battle for 5th between Spearman and Mack. Spearman all the way up the racetrack in turn 4. Mack gets it turned down by the wall. They're side by side. Spearman scored 5th at the line that time. They're going to do battle in turn 2.
Give the advantage now to Keith Mack as he clears his teammate the 92.
Trouble front straightaway, big crash right in front of the leader. 18 of Swan was around. Sorry to cut you off, Justin. Swan looked like there was a little bit of contact. He was trying to get to the inside of Vining. Made contact and into the wall. Goes the 18 of Jason Swan. It's going to let everybody catch their breath. Here at Five Flags Speedway. Replay on the Speedway now as every one of the leaders is heading down towards Petey Zeller.
Yeah, they're heading my way down pit road here, and well, expect some 2 tire calls. I would be surprised if anyone took 4 tires here, not because of the right call, because I think it's so late in the race that now you can prevail without 4 tires. We're about to find out, though. Ryan Borges into his pit stall, right sides go up. Does he take 4 tires, or does he remember the incident he had earlier where he had to drive through traffic and it took him about 100 laps? 2 tires for Ryan Borges. He is off pit road. Second off pit road is going to be Randall Fox. third. The 15 machine, Mike Alexander, and 2 tires is indeed the way to go, but only 3 people have done it. It's going to be interesting here in the closing laps.
I don't think that was smart. 2 tires and the rest of the field on 4. He might be a sitting duck, Justin.
That could be, but one thing to keep in mind here as we get towards the later stages, these drivers can start to tape up the nose of these cars and give a little bit of time advantage back to these guys who are out front, as these guys with 4 tires are going to have to use them up, as we've seen all night long. Really tough to pass here on this half-mile bull ring. Hearing Ryan Borges with an 11.4 second pit stop for 2 tires here on these super late models. Not going to be as fast as your Cup cars you see on Sunday afternoons on your broadcast networks for the Cup Series. And several drivers finding themselves mired back in the pack. How about the 92 of Ty Spearman? Looks like he's going to reset himself somewhere in the neighborhood of the bottom side of the top 10. And maybe even lower as he resets now 8th. 8th for the 92 of Ty Spearman. So these guys that are on 4 tires, they got a lot of stout guys to pass, as it seems to be Borges going to be the guy with all the cards in his hand here as we get ready to go towards the later stages.
Borges 32, your leader. Randall Fox second in the 00. Mike Alexander is in the 15. He sits third. Those are the only 2 tire guys. From there on back, 4 tires, and this restart could be one of the most interesting ones of the night. Is going to come with less than 40 laps to go.
40 laps to go, and we're going to take you to the checkers here on LSRTV. You won't miss a moment of the action. Lights off on the Ford First Racing pace car. On the back straightaway, field stacked up 2 by 2 by 2. Going to see if we can go green to the end this time by, as we're coming around to and put in about 30 some odd laps to go here in the fast Father's Day Invitational 150 pace car to pit road. Borges on the gas out of turn 4. Randall Fox with a tough restart there on the high side.
He spun the tires. That slowed down Del Campo. Oh, a little bit of shuffling up almost into the wall. 2 cars where it didn't get the numbers on them. Randall Fox is going to clear Mike Alexander in turn 3. A little bit of bumper cars going on off turn 4.
Del Campo on the 05 now trying to work to the inside of Del Campo Del Campo on the 05 trying to work inside of Fox. Caution not on the speedway. A lot of guys begging for one right now as Del Campo forcefully puts a nose into the 00 of Fox out of 4. Almost going to be side by side as we come across the stripe now into 1.
Man, that is tight racing for the second spot. You can tell Del Campo is a little bit faster on those 4 tires. We'll see if he has anything for Ryan Borges, who's opened up about a 6, 7, 8 car length lead over the rest of the field. For 4th, they're side by side with Keith Mack working around the outside of Alexander, who falls back to 5th.
Alexander on 2 tires starting to slide backwards as drivers like the 27 of Spencer Preet now get up to the back end of that machine. 2 guys swapping positions right behind them. The 92 with Spearman and the 33 of Mike Rhino battling hard for the 7th spot. And Spearman certainly looks like he wants to try to take it there with 4 fresh tires on that 92. On the inside of Mike Rhino now out of the back straightaway. Gets the edge going now into turn number 3, and Spencer Preet right in front of them in the 27 finally clears the 15 of Mike Alexander.
Alexander almost tagged the wall on the front straightaway there. He was able to keep it out of it. Spearman gets by Rhino, and he'll set his sights on Alexander. Remember, Alexander was one of the drivers that took 2 tires. He's fallen back just a little bit. Here comes Spearman. He's on the bumper of Alexander. That's for the 6th spot here in the Fast Father's Day Invitational.
Spearman now to the inside of Alexander. Door to door with him going into 3 side by side. Out of turn number 4, Alexander battling back on the high side, trying to pinch down the 92 with Ty Spearman. Going to be Alexander's spot at the stripe, but Spearman looks like he's going to clear him now out of 2.
Oh, and there goes the motor on the number 26 machine. Blown motor for Chandler Smith down the back straightaway. That'll end his night early here at 5 Flag Speedway. We stay green.
Green for now on the speedway. The driver, the number 26, cannot quite make it to pit road, and now he does. Green still on the speedway. Borges in 3. Got a handful right now. Caution now on the speedway.
Big crash off turn 2. Dale Owen involved. Chase Spradlin. like Rhino got into Spradlin off turn number 2. Spradlin went around. Owen had nowhere to go. Actually, Owen got the bumper from the 72. You saw the blown motor of Smith earlier. And then now you're watching the replay of what put us under this caution here with less than 30 laps to go.
Coming up on 27 laps to go next time by. And Borges still out front of the 05 Adele Campo up at the front of the field. Randall Fox in the 00 trying to bring home that injured machine to a podium finish and doing well, trying to hold off the 31 of Keith Mack, who was on 4 tires after that last round of pit stops. And Spencer Preet, the 27, going to round out your top 5. That's a very stout top 5, Ben.
Certainly is. Any of those drivers have a shot to win this race. But this restart is going to be very, very fun to watch. Del Campo on the fresher tires. Borges only took 2. You got to watch it on these restarts with the 2 tires. Might spin the tires on the inside there with Ryan Borges. We'll have to wait and see, just a couple laps away. Cleanup still happening over in turn number 2.
Now we go down to our gravel performance pit reporter, Petey Zeller. Petey, what you got?
Down here on pit road, interesting note, looking at the lap times here before the last caution came out, Spencer Preet had been the fastest car on track. Now they came down pit road, he's caught up in traffic, but he has found his way back up to 5th, and if he can find his way around these cars, he was faster than Borges and Del Campo. And interesting enough, on the last stint, Del Campo was the fastest car on the racetrack, so it appears right now that Del Campo and Preet might be the 2 best cars that have a bullet in the gun left for Ryan.
Certainly got a shot. Had a slight mishap there. Welcome back to LSRTV. We apologize for that. Talking about the front row and the rows behind them for the restart. How well a shot these drivers have. Lights out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. This could be the final restart of the night with 23 laps to go at the line. It's Del Campo to the outside of your leader, Ryan Borges. Borges slows the field down. He gets in the gas. He spins the tires a little bit. We're back racing at 5 Flag Speedway. Del Campo, a good restart. He's to the outside, but they crash big time in turn number 1. Multiple cars, 10, 15 easy, and the track is blocked in turn number 1. But the interesting development is going to be who had the lead when the caution flew.
Looks like it's going to be the 05 of Nick Del Campo going to get the lead as they cross the stripe. Borges, not quite clear, but it had to have been maybe what, 1, 2, 3 thousandths. These guys were dead heat as the caution flag flew.
An unbelievable turn of events. A big crash at the back of the field. Todd Cousins, Daniel Vining, just too many names to go through. It blocked the racetrack in turn number 1. That's the only bad thing about having a narrow front straightaway here at 5 Flag Speedway. Is if any cars do get out of shape, they're all going to pile in, and that's exactly what happened down in turn number 1. But when the caution flag flew, I do believe that Del Campo had the lead, maybe by an inch, maybe an inch.
Fractions of an inch determines what puts the 05 at Nick Del Campo from Blauville, New York, out front of the driver from Rutland, Mass. The 32 of Ryan Borges, who rides along in second. And how about that 00 of Randall Fox driving for Team Loud Pedal Racing here, the championship winner in the Super Late Model Series as far as the team championship went in season number 2. And great driver from North Carolina, doing well to bring home that injured machine. And he's still out in front of guys like the 92 with Ty Spearman, one of the best drivers in all of Super Late Model Racing.
Fox, final podium position right now as we pace under caution. We talked about it before we got the restart, about Borges taking the 2 tires when they came into the pits the last time, about spinning the tires on the restart. He done just that, which allowed Del Campo to put the pedal down. Del Campo down in the turn number 1 drug raced him. I don't know the past tense of it, but they were side by side when the caution flew. And Del Campo scored your leader, and he'll lead us back to the green flag. This time it'll come with less than 20 laps to go at Five Flag Speedway.
Going to run down the top 10 for you here. Again, the 05 of Del Campo, 32 of Borges, 00 Fox going to be your top three. The 92 of Ty Spearman going to be in fourth. 31 of Keith Mack now being scored as the fifth place car, along with the 27 of Spencer Preet going to be in the sixth spot. 30 Ronald Mackey going to be seventh. 72 Ray Farlow in eighth. 15 Mike Alexander in ninth. And the 96 of Forrest Craig, the driver from Slapout, Alabama, going to round out your top 10.
Well, if you need to catch your breath, now's the time to do it. Because you might not be able to breathe for the next couple of laps after this restart. We said the last restart was going to be fun and a battle. Well, this one I think is going to be even more exciting when they get to turn number 2. Lights out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car.
Field now on the back straightaway in the hands of the 05 and Nick Del Campo. Going to see if he can avoid the tire spin that plagued the 32 on the last restart there. Going to have to see if the 00 of Randall Fox can clear the 32. Anything can happen right now. Pace car down the pit road. Green flag going to be waving in the air as Borges tries to get the jump. Caution going to be waving again. One more lap. Pace car back out on the field. Ben, developments just keep happening one right after the other.
That's going to put us 15 laps to go when we get the green flag. Race director Paul Boswell saw that there were still some cars on the back straightaway that needed to get caught up. That's the reason for the yellow flag coming back out. Turn the lights off now, though, and we're set to go back racing. It's 15 laps between one of these drivers and the AMS Oil victory lane here tonight at Five Flag Speedway. Pace car to pit road. We'll try it again. Del Campo's in the gas early. We're back racing. He surprised the whole field.
Del Campo clear by about half a second as they get down into turn number 1. Borges trying to hold off the 00 of Fox, who's now door-to-door, drag racing with him down into 3. Battle for the second spot. It's going to be Fox on the bottom side. Borges trying to go high, wide, and handsome around the outside.
Borges not going to give up on the outside in a 32. They're still side by side for that second position. Borges is Del Campo's best friend right now because he's keeping both of them side by side and letting Del Campo run away with the lead. They're still side by side for that second spot off 4 at the line, dead even. Borges had it by just a couple thousandths.
Advantage now to the 00 Fox as he finally clears the 32 of Ryan Borges, but the 92 of Spearman. Oh, contact! Borges hard in the wall in 3.
You had to see that coming. Borges tried desperately to get to the bottom, and there just was absolutely no room at all. Spearman had already half a car there, and Borges sideways up and into the wall hard. That's going to end his shot at victory here at the 95 Flag Speedway.
Driver from Rutland, Mass, going to be very dejected here. Heavy right side damage on that machine. He almost hit that wall head on in turn number 3 the last time by after trying to shut the door on the 92 of Ty Spearman. He was there, but man, I got to tell you, it's all-out war out there on the racetrack right now. Nick Del Campo clear of everybody with the 00 Randall Fox, who just made his way up to second. And that hard-charging 92 of Ty Spearman making a late race dash, trying to take the checkers away from the 05 at Nick Del Campo in third. It's anybody's guess as to who's going to get the victory here tonight. Should be green with inside of about 5 or 6 laps to go, Ben.
Going to get the 10 to go at the line this time by. Let's take a look at the purse for tonight. Winner's going to take home $20 in AMS Oil victory lane. Second place, not going to have a too bad of a payday. They're going to take home $15. Third place, going to take home $13. Fourth place, $11. Fifth place, $8. Sixth place, $6. Seventh place, $4. And eighth place, going to take home $3. Of course, we went over the $5 to the Lucas Oil lap leader. That's the most laps led. $5 to the Smith Scrap and Salvage Hard Charger Award, and $5 to the ARC Racing Series halfway leader. That went to Nick Del Campo. And Ryan Borges earlier this evening grabbed a pole and an extra $10 thanks to M. Henson Photography.
As we get ready to stack the field up, should be about 2 laps to green. Petey Zeller, who's your pick? Is it going to be the 05 Campo, the 00 Falks, or the 92 of Ty Spearman?
I'm going to go track position here. I believe the fastest car on the Speedway right now is the 92 of Ty Spearman, but speed doesn't always win races. It's where you're running. The leader, Nick Del Campo, he's in prime position. He's going to get him again on another restart and just pull away with the win while Spearman and Falks battle for second. I think it's Del Campo's race to lose right now. He'd have to make a pretty big mistake, I do believe.
All right, Mr. Gilcrease, you heard it from our Gravel Performance pit reporter. Who's your pick?
Pressure is on for Del Campo not to spin the tires. A similar race and the 2011 Snowball Derby was Chase Elliott and DJ Vanderlei side by side on a restart. Elliott spun the tires and almost lost the biggest super late model race in the country due to the tire spin. We'll see what's going to happen on this restart. 7 laps to go when they cross under the flag stand. Pace car lights are off and it's down pit road. Del Campo's fired early. We're back racing.
Back racing, and Randall Falks with a good restart there clears the 92 of Ty Spearman, and he got the door shut hard on the driver from Cowpen, South Carolina, who gets a little loose now on the back straightaway. And Spencer Preet now clears Keith Mack in the 31. The 27 of Spencer Preet now in 4th as we're coming up on 6 to go.
6 laps to go. Falks trying everything he can to reel in Del Campo. Del Campo, though, puts the power down. You can visually see him pull away off turn number 2 through turn number 4. Del Campo at the line. 5 laps to go at 5 Flag Speedway.
5 laps to go. Battle going to be for the second spot. Spearman trying to work all over the back end of the 00 double clutch Chevrolet of Randall Falks. These two drivers battling for your spots on the podium right now as they start to separate themselves from the 27 of Spencer Preet, who's got himself a handful behind him. The 31 of Keith Mack right behind him, trying to work over the back end of that machine as we're in about 3.5 laps to go.
A shallow entry in turn 1 for Randall Falks allows Del Campo to pull away a little bit more. They're going to battle it out for the second place. Del Campo's going to continue to run away with it. 3 laps to go here in Pensacola. Battle for the 4th spot. Look at Mack to the inside of Preet. Give him that 4th spot down the back straightaway, at least for now. Spearman going to do everything he can to get the runner-up spot. They're going to see the popsicle sticks at the flag stand. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go for your leader, Nick Del Campo, who's out by over a half a second now, or the 00 Randall Falks. Falks trying to do everything he can to limp that injured machine home in the second place position on the podium. Spearman all over the back end of the machine. White flag in the air for Nick Del Campo. 1 lap to go here in the Father's Day Invitational 150. Del Campo solidly smooth out of turn number 2. Just has a clear track. Needs to put it one more time through turns number 3 and 4. Checkered flag waving in the air. Going to be Nick Del Campo going to AMS Oil winner's circle in the 05 with Randall Falks coming home second, just barely over a hard charging 92 of Ty Spearman in 3rd.
A spectacular race here in Pensacola. Nick Del Campo heading to AMS Oil winner's circle. He'll pull it on the front straightaway, top 3. That's a signature thing here in Fast. They'll get their pictures taken. And we'll talk to Nick Del Campo, $20 richer, and he's probably got a little bit more change. He's led a couple laps. He led the halfway point. What a race here in the Fast Father's Day Invitational.
And now it's time we're going to get ready to get fired up for our Air Performance post-race show here on LSRTV. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Monza is a very historic track. It's been around since the 20s, and it's gone through several permutations since then. We're also bringing forward a number of configurations. So there's chicanes that they've installed since the track's early days. So they can use original, very high speed configurations of the track where the cars would just blow through where the chicanes are today, or they could use a more modern version. So So it's a pretty cool, compelling track. The unique thing about Monza is it has a road course, but it also has a high-speed oval, and that high-speed oval can be run by itself. The Grand Prix course can be run by itself. And they also can be run together in a combined circuit, which is very unique and special in motorsports. This was one of the more challenging projects that we've undertaken. It was essentially building 2 tracks in one. It took a lot of time and a lot of care was put into it, but we're really happy about the end result, and we think that people have a lot of fun driving it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fast Father's Day 150 presented by Smith General Contracting, and it's time for the Air Performance post-race show. And right now, down on pit road, after seeing the win taken by Nick Del Campo in the 005, going to be the driver from Cowpens, South Carolina, the 92 of Ty Spearman is alongside Petey Zeller.
I'm down here on pit road with Ty Spearman, and Ty, it was a spirited battle all the way to the finish for you. You started from the 5th starting grid tonight and just fought the whole night. You got towards the rear a couple times, found your way back towards the front. Take us through your race and how you managed to come away on the podium.
Petey, I don't really know what you I asked. There's a lot of feedback coming over from another channel.
I basically just asked you, take us through your night and how you managed to come away on the podium.
Oh, I mean, it was I made the setup today. Didn't really have a whole lot of time to make it, and I don't know, just bide my time all day long. Unfortunately, I needed some more laps to really see what the car had. I mean, it was fast. I think if I could have got it by the 00 there, I would have had something for Nick, no doubt.
Well, are you disappointed with a 3rd place finish today after all the adversity you had to come through?
The car's pretty straight, so it wasn't too bad. I think on lap 1 I actually hit the wall a little bit, but I don't know. It was pretty good. I was a little worried there a couple of cautions ago when I got back, I think, to 8th place, and that was kind of worrisome. Didn't know if I'd be able to get back to the front again, but it worked out.
And, of course, the final few laps there, we saw you and Randall Falks battle out like no one had battled the whole race. Did you think you were going to find your way around that 00 machine?
I got inside of him a couple of times, and the spotter told me, car high, but I don't know. I'm not going to dive bomb anyone. If I'm going to get a position, I want to get it as clean as I can. Certainly wasn't going to move him, so just wanted to race it out to the green.
All right, well, before I go catch up with the crew, Ty, who do you think who makes happen for you in the number 92 team?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Justin Brooks for painting that car. Get a lot of compliments on the big spider on the side of it. But really want to thank all the guys over at the posse. Wish we'd all had a little bit of time to work on a setup for here, but hey, it worked out pretty good. I think we got something we can work off of going forward as we race at Five Flags. And certainly appreciate everyone putting this show on today on Father's Day. And certainly want to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. And again, I do appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you for joining me, Ty. Good run there. And a little bit further down pit road, Justin Rosenau is caught up with 2nd place finisher Randall Falks.
The driver from North Carolina driving the 00 double clutch Chevrolet comes home on the middle step of the podium here tonight. Randall, that was some run. Tell us about that battle with Ty Spearman.
Oh man, what a race! We had some troubles earlier with pit stops, and we're on old tires, and I think he had four fresh tires on that last pit stop, and I just did everything I could to keep him behind me, and luckily he's a clean driver, and didn't want to wreck us for a 2nd place finish.
You sound about wore out, Randall, man. Tell us, were you at your limit? Excuse me, trying to hold off Ty Spearman.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think I'm still shaking. My tires were just wore out. I was so loose. I think I come across start finish sideways pretty much, and I can't thank the team enough. They prepared an awesome car with this thing, and just
to come back and gain the spots that I lost early and get a second place finish, I love that, and it's a great finish for us.
I know you got caught up in that restart melee right around mid-race or so when the 97 Equinum did not go. With no damage on your 00, do you think you could have had something for Del Campo in the 05?
I think we had a little bit of damage, but it wasn't enough to affect the car. I think with fresh tires, we probably could have had something, but at that point in the race, we weren't going to take 4 tires on that stop because I felt that we lost too many positions on the track earlier and lost the track position that we needed. So we took 2 on that last stop and, kind of bit the bullet, and it paid off.
Last question before we get to your sponsors here. Last pit stop, knowing that just you and Borges took 2 tires, do you think you would have taken 4?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Randall, who's responsible for getting you out and on the track?
I got to thank Double Clutch. They come on board with us, a great team, great group of guys to work with, Team Loud Pedal. Thank Operation Grill Barbecue for those guys, and thanks to all the guys, all the sponsors to this event. Every one of them. This was an absolutely amazing event, and I hope it was good to watch on TV.
That's the North Carolina driver driving the 00 Double Clutch Chevrolet, Randall Falks, and now it's time to go down to AMS Oil Winner's Circle with Nick Del Campo with the 05, Ben Gilcrease here alongside.
Thank you very much. A little hot and sweaty after a very exciting race. It was hard to keep the lead. You had to fight for the lead a lot, but you are here in AMS Oil Victory Lane. Nick Del Campo, how does it feel to be a winner here at Five Flag Speedway?
Oh, it's awesome. First off, I really do got to thank Ryan for running me clean there, and that was a blast. I don't know how iRacing gave me the lead on the outside like that, but sometimes, as they say, better to be lucky than good, right?
Oh, most definitely. That was, from our standpoint, probably the turning point of the race, and it had to be in the cockpit too. Oh
yeah, for sure. I knew once he took 2 tires that he was kind of at the mercy. I knew if he had this control of the starts, I didn't really have much for him because with these cautions every 2-3 laps. But we had a few quick little runs there at the end, and I said, oh boy, if we could just get a run and I could get strung out, I might have something for him. But we were just too dang even. So I was just banking on maybe beating him on a restart or something, and yes, as I said, better be lucky than good, and got lucky on that one. He got a little loose on the coming out turn 4, and just tried to not beat him to the flag, and beat him into turn 1, and it looked like it worked, and the yellow came out real fast. So I got a gift on that one, that's for sure.
There were a couple of points in the night where your car was up on the outside of the speedway, running the outside line, and you were actually passing cars up there. Did you make your setup to kind of run the bottom and the top side?
Well, to be honest, this isn't one of my favorite tracks. I just made it to get around this track, but really the people who made this setup were my boys at Speed Factor, Chase Cabray, Michael Fisher, Alex Monteferrante, and Corey Deucer. They just worked their tails off all week getting this thing stout and official racing, and figured about till 12 hours ago I wasn't going to run this race, and then I said, yeah, I might as well. Didn't have anything else going on today, and hey, maybe it's a dirt experience up on the outside. I'm not really sure, but outside's where it was with those slower cars on the inside, and I just got lucky, as you said.
There you are. Winner tonight at Five Flag Speedway. Who do you want to thank for putting you in AMS Oil Victory Lane?
As I said, the first win we had here in Fast was all my doing with the Legend car, but I don't really know these cars too much, so I got to thank Speed Factor, Michael Fisher, Chase Cabray, and all the guys over there. They worked their tails off all week, as I said.
All right, there he is. He's going to take home $20 and probably a little bit extra change tonight for winning here at Five Flag Speedway. Justin, what a race.
A great race it was. We'll take you down through the top 10 here as the race results are going to be official here in just a little bit here. Nick Del Campo puts it in AMS Oil winner's circle over the 00 of Randall Falks and the 92 of Ty Spearman. Rounds out your podium again in the 3rd spot. 31, Keith Mack comes home 4th. 27, Spencer Preet comes home 5th. 15, Mike Alexander comes home 6th. 30 of Ronald Mackey, who is your hard charger on the evening, going to come home with the 7th spot. 72, Ray Farlow in the 8th spot. 75, Chase Spradlin in 9th. And rounding out your top 10, the 9 of Michael Bolden.
Coming home 11th Forrest Gregg at a 96, had a pretty good run for him. 99 of Daniel Vining comes home in 12th. 13th, Brandon Wilkinson in a number 4, Dale Owen. Had a good qualifying effort. He comes home 14th in the 29. TJ Gray's rebounded for a top 15 finish. He comes home 15th in the 22. Ryan Borges, a bad break there at the end. He comes home 16th in the 32. Kevin Chance comes home 17th. 18th is Mike Rhino in the 33. 19th, Todd Cousins. And 20th, John Quinneman.
21st through the end of the field, going to be the 26 of Chandler Smith in 21st. The 22nd spot goes to the 88 of Garrett Jones. 76, Ron Palmer, 69 laps in arrears in 23rd. Jason Swan, 71 down. 37, Carson O'Bay, 78 back in 25th. 26 going to the 104 of Adam Platel. 14, Connor Okresnik. JJ Day in the 98 finishes 28th. 29th going to the 93 of Doug Nelson. 30th going to the 41 of Jerry Goff, and rounding out your field in 31st here on the evening in the Fast Father's Day Invitational 150 presented by Smith General Contracting, going to be the 71 of Wayne Willard. Petey Zeller, great race, man. What's your final thoughts on the evening?
My final thoughts on that race just have to be basically had a really good time watching that. A lot of guys on that have to feel for Ryan Borges, gave it his all, just made a bad error at the end, cost him the race. Really enjoyed watching these guys go at first race. I've had the chance to watch from Five Flags, so it was really fun watching them boys go at it, and next year's Father Day Invitational should be just as good as this one, and be sure to check out the Fast Racing League. Obviously, as you can see tonight, they put on some great shows.
Ben Kilcrease, great run by Del Campo there, especially that late turning point. What's your final thoughts?
Oh man, it's great to finally call a race on the online version of Five Flag Speedway. Finally got it here on iRacing, my home track. Great to be here at LSRTV. Hope you guys have me back for a couple more. Just a great race. These guys are some of the best drivers out there on the short track side of things in sim racing, and we saw that tonight. Put on a heck of a show, not just for us, but for the fans watching. And I bet you it was pretty fun inside the car, too. Just a great race all in all. And I want to thank you guys for having me up here with you. Let me share the booth. And, well, hopefully we'll see you soon.
And with that said, folks, looking forward on LSRTV2 tomorrow night at 9:30, going to be the Full Throttle Cup Series from Real Sim Racing, taking to the high banks at Dover in the Cup cars. And a little bit later in the week, going to be the finale of the Asphalt Assault Series by Real Sim Racing, presented by Inside Sim Racing TV. And for everybody behind the scenes, the Laura Lawson down in the production trailer, going to be the Fast officials, Paul Boswell, Dan Vining, everybody over there with that group. And for Petey Zeller, Ben Kilcrease, myself, Justin Rosenau, reminding you that safe travels on your journey, folks, until we meet again. And with that said, folks, good night. We'll see you tomorrow from Dover.